welcome to Raw Talk. Oh my gosh! I'm Renee Young. This is WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, and Goldberg is the new Universal Champ.
You know, I've been around this business for a lot of years, and there aren't many things that can make me say wow anymore, but I got to say wow after watching that.
Oh my gosh. So now Goldberg is going to be walking into WrestleMania as a Universal Champion. Unbelievable.
It's like mind-boggling. It really
even
is.
just the way that it all unfolded. I mean, Kevin Owens kind of got what was coming to him.
Yeah, I mean, I could hear, I could hear Corey Graves saying that Kevin Owens was psyching Goldberg out by walking around the ring.
He psyched himself out.
Yeah, exactly right. He sure did.
Wow. All right. Well, we're going to be breaking down everything that happened tonight on FASTLANE as we get set for WrestleMania. So, you want to go ahead and bring on our very first guest? Should we do this?
Well, might as
Get
well.
this party started, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Roman Reigns.
Awesome.
Hello.
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, Roman? Great to see you.
How you feeling after tonight?
Well, I'm a little beat up. There's no doubt about that. I was running into a wall out there,
But you gotta feel good about the outcome. I can see the only thing when you wake up in the morning, the only thing on your body that won't be sore are your pajamas, right? You're gonna be hurt if I'm wearing something,
Oh my gosh, too much information.
Well, come on. I mean, he's gonna be sore.
No, I understand. But I mean, this was literally a huge mountain for you to climb. How are you feeling, like your mindset going into this match and going up against somebody like Braun Strowman? And I think a lot of people actually expecting Braun Strowman to kind of be the guy to walk out on top.
Well, if you watched over the past few weeks, you would definitely think that. Week after week, I was just running into a wall. I mean, I never ran into anything like this. But the thing I had, that worked in my advantage was my experience. And that's something that, going against a lot of, against older competitors and superstars who've been around longer, I didn't have that experience factor. So now that I do, now that I've been in the big fight many, many times, I was able to tap into that experience and use it.
How about when you see Braun Strowman coming at you off the top rope?
Whoa.
How do you even react to something like that?
Well, and that's the thing, that's where that experience factor comes in. Sometimes if you try to go too far and do too much.
You going through that table there.
That's why I'm walking the way I'm walking, you know what I mean?
You're barely
PJs.
Gotta get you an ice
PJs
pack.
when you take that.
Yeah, what about your face right here after this? Take a look at the feet here. You thought that was
That's
it.
the ultimate shock right there. When I hit that spear, it's over. It's 1, 2, 3. End of the night, it's beer time. But
Beer o'clock.
he's quite the competitor. He's a mountain of a man.
Oh man!
The fact that
if he had hit that,
You
we'd
dodged
be
the
sitting here
literal
talking to
bullet.
him right now.
we'd be under the ring somewhere. We'd be in the earth.
Honestly, after what happened last week on Monday Night Raw, I thought that the ring was not going to be standing by the end of the night.
Well, and that's the thing. When you're in the ring with someone so powerful, I've never been thrown around like that before. The only other person that's ever been able to handle me like that is the Big Show.
Yeah.
And then maybe a guy like Brock Lesnar. But that's a very small class. You don't meet humans like that often.
We like you said, we saw Braun Strowman manhandle the Big Show.
That's right. And that's the thing, you've seen Big Show for a long time. You've been around him throughout most of his career. And I've never been around anything like that. But being in the ring with Braun Strowman, it's like being in there with a little bit smaller Big Show, but he's at the beginning of his career. So that means he's hungry. He's willing to do things that most people aren't. And by him going up to the top, that's where you see that urgency.
He was putting it all on.
You know what I mean?
Right there.
So he made that mistake, and I capitalized.
Here you are.
Here I am.
So
let me say this: we're now, the road to WrestleMania. It's here. I mean, we're on it 28 days away. Let me ask you this: you said at the end of that match, I saw you. We couldn't really hear, but I could see you. I think you mouthed, "This is my yard," right?
Every single day. That's the thing. If you want to own this place, if you want to run this place, you better be here every single day, and that's what I do. I clock in and I handle mine.
Well, let me just give you a little analogy here, because it just immediately came to my mind when you said, "This is my yard." At home in Memphis, Tennessee, we had a little dog, right? And our backyard is his yard. And I have to take him out and, let him do his business, stand there and watch him. That's his yard. You let a bird come in the yard, man, he's after him. You let a squirrel come in the yard, he's after him. But last week, I took him out in the backyard, and I heard this growling noise, and he heard this growling noise, and I looked up, and coming over our fence was a raccoon that was about this big. Now, my dog ran right between my legs back into the house. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Roman, if all of a sudden at WrestleMania, a raccoon shows up?
what an analogy.
I was about to say, what? That's one hell of an analogy.
I didn't know where that
How do
was
we go
going.
from Braun Strowman to a raccoon?
I'm just talking about your yard.
I don't
What's
want to
your
get
yard
any
going to be like
raccoon
at
heat
WrestleMania?
here, but to be honest, I do have some problems at home with raccoons in my trash. So I tell you what I'd like to do, but for me, I take a huge pride in this, and you've been around the business long enough. You've seen it over time, and I'm a generational superstar. I'm following my family members. I'm trying to hold that legacy up and keep that respect that they put into it. People who laid, did the groundwork. There's a lot of work that had to be done to get to this point, to get the company to this platform. So for me, I just want to continue to lift that bar and be, the standard raiser. I'm the bar setter here. And as long as I have wind in my lungs, blood in my veins, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fight. I'm going to bring the big fight every night. And if you want to take me on in this ring, you're going to have to bring your lunch pail. You're going to have to bring everything you got, because that's what I'm about.
Well, speaking of the big fight with WrestleMania only 4 weeks away, how are you feeling as we kind of gear up towards WrestleMania?
That's right.
Well,
that's what I'm asking.
The thing is, I'm going to take my time tonight and rest and try and shake off these bumps and bruises. There's no recovery when you're running into people like Braun Strowman and monsters like that. It's tough when you're going in and out every night. But like I said before, I'm representing something, my bloodline. I'm here to do work every single night. It's going to take a lot more than a monster to take me out. It's going to take everybody on this roster, everybody on the blue side, the red side. I'm here to stay. I'm the top dog here. I'm the guy. I show it every single night, and I'm not going to change.
It's your yard.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Congratulations on your win tonight over Braun Strowman.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Renee. Thanks, King.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it, man.
Thank you.
What a night. I mean, yeah, to see Braun Strowman jumping off the top rope and seeing just the effort he put forth, knowing that this was his platform to step up. He did step up, but he didn't get it done. That man did.
Yeah, Roman Reigns did, and he needs to. And I know you can't help but think about WrestleMania because it's 20.
It's knocking on everybody's door.
Exactly, but Roman needs to have a chance to savor this victory tonight.
Absolutely. Another man who has a victory to kind of let sink in right now, Samoa Joe.
Oh.
Just see Samoa Joe and knowing just from the get-go, just when he first debuted on Monday Night Raw and made his name known to everybody, and then what he was able to do tonight, he's letting everybody know who he is and what he has to offer. I think that he accomplished that pretty well tonight with Sami.
You're right. They call him the Destroyer, and he lived up to his name tonight. He dominated and destroyed Sami Zayn, and it's like... I don't know if Samoa Joe savors victories, because he goes out every time and expects a victory.
Well, the difference with Samoa Joe as well is that he has so much under his belt already.
Yeah.
He's been there, he's done that, he's won championships, he's been around the block. He's doing it now for the first time in WWE, but just to be able to see where exactly he's going to go with his career at this point when he's just able to roll through people, it's insane.
Oh, without a doubt. I think that sky's the limit for Samoa Joe. And that moniker, that nickname, the Destroyer, I think in his mind he feels like he needs to live up to that, and I don't think it's going to be a big problem.
It's not one to be taken
him.
lightly.
Right.
All right, so we've got our next guests here tonight.
Whoa.
Hey, you can do whatever you want. You're the Raw Women's Champ. Got Bailey and Sasha joining us.
Congrats,
Congratulations!
You guys like my entrance there?
Yeah.
Clunk,
I'm
clunk.
trying to be quiet for y'all, but oopsie. Let's celebrate.
It's
I'm
time for a big
trying.
celebration.
We look like twins. Look at our sweaters.
You guys do look adorable.
And look at those
Shot.com.
smiles.
Those
The-
are good shirts.
The smiles are awesome there.
Thanks.
Okay.
What's there not to smile about?
Right.
So first things first, Sasha, how are you feeling after your match tonight with Nia Jax?
I mean, my back's a little sore, but
Dude, don't worry.
I did it.
You did it.
I did it. I beat the so-called girl that wants to claim that she's not like most girls. Well, she is now. Did you like that?
Put her in her place.
I got her, and it feels great. It feels really good.
Oh, there we go.
Well,
and then-
this didn't feel great. I'm right here, I'm sure. What? No.
Oh, you mean?
Oh, you mean
This part did.
part?
I
Here
thought
we
she was
go.
about to say
This
there.
part. The 1, a 2, a 3, a ding ding ding. Sasha Banks is your winner. That felt great. So thank you, King. Yeah.
You see my
right.
tweet?
No, I haven't really got to go on my phone yet.
How
'cause,
stressed out were you going into this match?
I'm sorry.
Were you stressed out going into this match?
Am I ever?
well, I mean, the size discrepancy alone.
I mean, she is not really. She's really not like most girls. I mean, she is the biggest girl we have on this women's division. And
She got hit by a car once, and it took 3 surgeons to remove it.
wow, that's great.
She's big. I'm telling you, she's big.
Nice king. But no, I had my game plan. I knew what I was up against. I remember Royal Rumble, and my game plan didn't go to plan. But tonight, here's your winner, Sasha Banks.
Are we
Oh,
having
we need to
we have
get you a new
microphone
mic. Your
problems?
mic's not doing so good. There's
Oh, it's
there's a mic under the table there. That one might
Should I grab
work.
that?
Oh, never mind. One's been
Voila.
hand-delivered to
Hello?
the boss.
Can you hear me now?
We hear you now.
Good.
Okay, so you had a game plan for your own match tonight against Nia Jax, and then what we got to see tonight with you, Bailey. How much different does this victory feel for you?
I was saying earlier today on Twitter and Instagram, but it really, I woke up this morning and just like this was a huge night. I mean, obviously winning my first championship in WWE on Raw in the main event was huge, but this was something even bigger because I had to break the streak. This is my first time defending my title, like what this title represents to me and to Sasha and to the WWE universe. Like, it's just so much, and I wanted to hold it to a higher standard that Charlotte ever did, and I wanted to break the streak and go into WrestleMania as the champion.
And Sasha, that's something you wanted to see as well, I guess. I mean, if we can just take a look at what happened tonight. I mean, you made your way down there to make sure that this happened.
I mean,
Oh, look at you.
I was watching the back. I heard Charlotte be like, "Where's Sasha Banks?" Well, there I am. Ouch. I didn't like that.
It didn't look like it was going to turn out okay at first, but things worked out for the best. Did Charlotte outsmart herself by sending Dana back before the match even started?
That's their own problems that they have to deal with. I mean,
You never know what she had planned, though.
Yeah.
She always has something in her back pocket.
but it
First
didn't work
thing-
tonight.
Exactly.
Tonight you had something in your back pocket. She's right here.
Give me some sugar skin.
She's always in
Never needed me.
always in my pocket, my heart pocket.
Okay, so now moving forward, how does it feel to know that going into WrestleMania you get to walk in with that fantastic championship around your waist?
Like less than a year ago, you weren't even on Raw, and now here you're going to WrestleMania.
Yeah,
champion.
it's insane. I remember standing on the floor watching Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch fight for this title, the first women's championship. It was I was so happy with NXT, and NXT's amazing, and it was doing great things, but it is doing great things. But I remember just sitting there in the crowd and watching the match happen, and that was the moment where I was like, okay, this is where I need to be. I'm going to stop at nothing to get in that ring for that championship, for WrestleMania, with my girls. Well, my girl.
You know that I like to get you a little bit emotional when you win championship.
Don't do it, Renee.
That's the thing that I like to do
Do
with
it.
you.
You did
It's
it.
a little thing I like to do.
Match in NXT. Don't do it.
But really, how does it feel to kind of have like hindsight is 50-50 to be in the spot that you're in right now and to actually be living the dream that you've set out to do? You're actually there right now. You're doing it. You've achieved it.
I've gotten good at this, holding it all in.
I tried.
I already
guys.
let it all out in the back. It's insane. It's hard for me to even watch the package that plays before the match.
Mm-hmm.
So they put all my embarrassing pictures up with with the old titles. And I used to buy my championships. Like I used to buy the old replica title. And one time I even broke one up and made it into the hardcore championship.
Dang.
And I had it all. My brother and I were tag team champions. I was the Intercontinental champion. Like, I had it all. And to have an actual one that clinks when I put it on the
We heard it. It's
table.
got some weight to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting used to it, I guess.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's-
Sasha, how proud of you, or how proud of you or of Bailey are you that she accomplished something that for over a year nobody was able to do, and that's break that undefeated streak of Charlotte's at pay-per-views.
I don't want to cry.
Come on.
Someone cry.
No, you cry.
Oh,
Look at us, dude.
it feels honestly amazing just because we started in NXT together, and I was her first match, like your tryout match, and it's just so crazy to see how far you've come and grown, and to know that you're walking into WrestleMania as the women's champion. I'm not gonna cry. I couldn't be more proud. Honestly, I couldn't be more proud. You deserve it.
Bailey, like Sasha just said, you get to walk in there with the Raw Women's Championship. Do you have any idea of how you kind of want to see that unfold for you?
Renee, I just had a crazy match.
Yes.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around what just happened, and I get to walk in WrestleMania. See, you're doing it as a champion.
It's there.
Let me just get through tonight and get my head together and Give me some time to think about that because that's a huge, loaded question.
It is. And we'll give you some time to think about that to mull that over. You got 4 weeks, 28 days.
Yeah.
So we get set for WrestleMania. Well, thank you guys both so much for joining us. Congratulations to both of you. Big night, big wins.
We're Mary-Kay and Ashley. I just want to say, look.
What the?
Which is every girl's dream. I love the Olsen twins. Okay, thank you guys both so much, and I look forward to seeing what you guys do on Monday Night Raw. Okay, thank you. It's cool when you see people that are able to support each other in that way. I mean, in the same division and being able to actually have each other's backs. It's nice to see that.
I know, but do you really buy it?
I do buy it. I think when you see like that strong
listen, I said this many times when I was doing commentary on Raw and SmackDown, and I really half-heartedly believed it. I said it, sort of just to try to be colorful. But I used to say that all women secretly despise each other.
Don't do it. It's not right. It's not even accurate. I think that is an old school mind of thought. I can't even spit the thing. A thought process. But I don't think that's the case. I think that women like to support each other, and I think that women seek out those relationships to be able to wholeheartedly support each other. So I think that it's cool to see that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, okay, I believe that too. But nobody gets involved in this business unless they want to be the best.
That's a different story, and maybe you're right. Okay, but let's talk about 2 other superstars that tore it down tonight. Neville and Gallagher. I mean, that was unreal. Did you know?
The 205 guys brought it, didn't they?
Did you know that they had that in them to really? I think they just kind of lit up the crowd out there tonight.
Well, I mean, Neville, of course. We've seen Neville for quite a while here, and he has been amazing from day one. But this gentleman Jack Gallagher, he's just getting his feet wet here, and he is really lighting it up.
Very impressive. I mean, you talk about the handstands that he was doing up on the top rope, dropping his feet down.
The headbutts. What about those headbutts? Oh,
I couldn't even handle the sound of it.
I know it. Tough.
That is like some manly fisticuff fights. But yeah, I mean, they were very impressive tonight. I think that they went out there and did what they've been doing their whole lives, and they got to put on a great show, and they should be really proud of themselves.
They did.
But you see somebody like Neville, and he's just in such a good pocket right now. We've seen him throughout his career here, and there's been ebbs and flows, but where he's at right now, he's in like that really special spot.
Yeah, he is, and we'll see what happens at WrestleMania. But once again, here's another guy that's WrestleMania time's here, and he's the champion. So
exactly.
That's good. That's a good spot to be in. Yeah.
Sitting pretty before we get set for WrestleMania. How can you sit there
and be so cool, calm, and collected after witnessing that main event that we just saw? How long did that last?
Not long.
No, not long at all.
My mind is just blown over Kevin Owens clearly trying to take his time to try to psych out Goldberg. And like you said right off the top of the show, I think that he ended up psyching himself out.
Right.
And then you had Jericho into
But here's the other thing. And we've seen it, if Goldberg could do that to Brock Lesnar, why couldn't he do it to Kevin Owens? And he did.
Of course. Absolutely. He showed up and he did that as you would imagine that he would. But I just thought like the fashion and the fact that Kevin Owens was so easily distracted by Chris Jericho says a lot.
Yeah, you're right. His mind wasn't in the right place going into that big a match. It just
wasn't. He got a little bit too big for his boots.
He's always been that way. Come on.
For sure. But tonight he almost got knocked right out of him with that spear.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that being said, we're going to, looking at Goldberg walking into WrestleMania as a Universal Champion, would you have thought, knowing Goldberg making his return back to WWE, that he would make it back into that spot?
Honestly, I'm speaking from my heart here. No, I did not.
Yeah, I think a lot of people weren't sure. Except, we got to see what he did to Brock Lesnar, and I think that kind of set him on the path to exactly where he was gonna go here in WWE.
Well, he's
leaving marks and making names.
He made a believer out of a lot of people. Made a believer out of me. Wonder if he made a believer out of this next guest.
Mr. Heyman, welcome. How do you feel after witnessing that tonight?
With my hands.
Oh.
I'm just wondering if there are any more excuses you want to offer up for Kevin Owens.
Oh, I don't know that it's even just excuses. I think that Goldberg went out there and laid him out.
And that's what would happen whether Chris Jericho was involved or not. Guys, I'm a big Kevin Owens fan. I think Kevin Owens was a great Universal Champion. And he stepped in the ring tonight with Goldberg. And there's not a person in that locker room that has been able to stand up to Goldberg. And I speak from personal experience because my client got mauled, speared twice, and jackhammered and defeated by Goldberg and then practically effortlessly, I'll say that again.
It's okay.
Thank you. Thrown out of the Royal Rumble by Goldberg. And my client has mauled and beaten and victimized and conquered everybody in his path since day one, except for Goldberg.
So what now?
Well, we weren't making excuses for Kevin Owens. I just said if Goldberg could do it to Brock Lesnar, why wouldn't he be able to do it to Kevin Owens? And he did. So he's done it to Kevin Owens. He's done it, as you said, twice to your client.
And after seeing that tonight, and like you just said, what you've already witnessed from Goldberg, how concerned are you going into WrestleMania?
Me personally, scared out of my mind. My client, Brock Lesnar, has never been more confident, because this is, as the old saying goes, this is a match in which both men must win and neither can afford to lose. If Brock Lesnar gets defeated by Goldberg at WrestleMania, and Goldberg goes on to defend the Universal Championship, he leaves Brock Lesnar behind. And everything that Brock Lesnar accomplished on the way to April 2nd is in his entire history in WWE and UFC, then comes with the asterisk, oh yeah, but then he ran up against Goldberg. It's the same way people talk about the Undertaker's streak.
Sure.
21-0, 21 consecutive victories, a quarter of a century. Oh yeah. But then he ran up against Brock Lesnar. Or does it go the other way? Does Brock Lesnar rise to the occasion like he did in the NCAA Division I Heavyweight Championships, like he did in the UFC Heavyweight Championship against Randy Couture, like he did as a rookie against Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and everyone else that fell in Brock's path, like he did when he walked into WrestleMania, which is almost fait accompli. How could The Undertaker lose at WrestleMania? And Brock Lesnar, in what people call an upset, conquered the streak. Now, if Brock Lesnar conquers Goldberg, he not only gets the Universal Championship, he gets back his legacy. He gets back his reputation. He gets back the aura of being the beast, the conqueror, Brock Lesnar, a name said differently than everybody else's name on the roster, because he's not just another person on the roster. He's Brock Lesnar.
So I'm just throwing it out there. What happens to Brock Lesnar if he does walk in to WrestleMania and doesn't walk out the winner of that match? I mean, what happened? I don't mean what people are going to say about Brock. I mean, how does that affect him?
It would be devastating, and could be the end of Brock Lesnar as you know him today as an attraction in WWE. Somebody at WrestleMania in this match has to win.
Yeah.
And even more importantly, somebody has to lose. So if you subscribe to the network, or if you buy a ticket, or if you decide to buy it on pay-per-view, if you view WrestleMania, here's what you see. Two legacies that have spent all these many years, and they finally go head up against each other. One man will stand over the other, and the one who is underneath, the one who taps out or gets pinned, the one who doesn't go home as the Universal Champion, that person has to look at himself in the mirror that night and say, not only did I not win, I lost. And I lost to someone that I truly despise. One person wins, one person loses. It can't be any other way. And that's the magic of Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg at WrestleMania.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and looking forward to seeing how that's going to kind of play out for both you and Brock and Goldberg in just 4 weeks at WrestleMania.
As am I.
All right. Well, this has been Raw Talk. I'm Renee Young. This is Jerry the King Lawler and Mr. Paul Heyman. Thank you again so much. And everyone can catch Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. Thank you.